Hello everyone and welcome back to yet another political episode. So, last night, not a good night for conservatives at all. Why? Well, two reasons. Um, First, although, conservatives on this channel are pretty upset. We've seen the, indictment, Donald Trump being charged for 34, felonies. And when it comes to this, um, he has been arrested, last night. He also gave a speech at Mar-a-Lago before his arrest. So, it is shocking. The very first time Donald Trump, the second United States, the second U.S. president to be arrested in a cell. Being held in a cell. Ulysses S. Grant, is the very first president to be arrested. He was arrested while speeding. And of course, we were thinking they had different laws when it comes to speeding back then in the 1860s and 70s. They had horse wagons. Mr. President Grant was speeding twice. He was pulled over once, given a warning. The second time he was arrested. Donald Trump is now the second to be arrested. And is the first U.S. president to receive criminal charges. So, and to be convicted. In technical terms, Donald Trump is the first president to be a criminal. Ulysses S. Grant, wasn't charged, I believe, as a criminal because he didn't do a criminal thing like speeding. But technically, Trump has been charged as a criminal here, and you would think, okay, how is this going to affect his campaign? How is this going to affect things? And we were thinking, yesterday I did a video on, Trump and the Republicans could use this to their advantage in Wisconsin. Nope. Because in Wisconsin, it was a liberal landslide. Taking a look at these results, you see 95% of the votes counting in. Janet winning by 55%, 11 points against her opponent, Daniel Kelly. I wouldn't say this is a landslide. This is definitely a blowout for liberals. And I wouldn't say this is a Democrat win or a Republican defeat. Why? Because this is technically nonpartisan. Although they were endorsed by Democrat and Republican parties, she's running as a nonpartisan, and so is Kelly. So, that's my view. But, when it comes to this, but yeah, conservatives flunked it big time in this election. How and why? Well, reasons. You'll see Kelly failed to get 1,000 votes, a million votes, which tells us one thing: Republicans didn't get out at all. They mostly stayed behind, which explains how all these counties here went out into liberals. Okay, like I'm thinking this is St. Croix County. I don't know. St. Croix County, I know, has Hudson, but you can see which explains why Brown County, which has been a which voted for Trump by like 9 points, went to Janet, and why the West went to Janet. We also saw this coming too. If we take a look at the first round, the primary round, Janet took a lot of counties. She managed to go all the way up here, and we were all like, oh, that's what to be expected, right? This was split ticket. Not necessarily. Why? Because Janet had another Democrat, Jennifer Doral, I believe that's her name. I think I'll take a look, but I think Doral is another liberal. Oh, she's a Republican. Never mind. Never mind, Doral. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. And that explains it because Doral carried Waukesha, and I believe this is Washington County, but she carried those two counties. Everett Mitchell is the liberal. He, as you can see, everyone went. So, because everyone went out to support Janet, who actually performed a very good margin, a 46% in the first round. So, or the primary election, or the blanket primary. But yeah, this is the primary results. So yeah, I kind of saw, wow, Kelly got 24.20% in the primary. And we go all the way up here, we see, all right, now Kelly gets 44.49%. Problem, he's below 1 million votes, which tells us, like I said, Trump supporters and Republicans didn't want to get out and vote. Why didn't they go out and vote? This is not a really effective election. Democrats, for sure, because they have abortion in their minds. That's why they went all out and voted. And that's why, and you'll see liberals didn't really, not as much, I would say more of hardcore liberals, like from Milwaukee and Madison. They went all out. Like 1 million of them went out and voted for Janet. Kelly, just 800,000 votes, went out. There were hardcore Republicans that were like 800,000. That was enough to get Kelly up to 44%. So the reason why Janet did so good was they had an issue. They had an issue, and that was abortion. They all united together. They all came together, and in the end, they pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed, and Janet won. So that is part of the reason why Republicans did horrible. Kelly is also a weak candidate. Never again. Kelly, for conservatives, don't bother him. Yeah, he's a justice of the Wisconsin Supreme Court. Good for you. Okay, yeah, sure, yeah. But he has electoral history. Let's see his electoral history. 2020. He did get in office, I believe. I want to see the... Yeah, you'll see Kelly performed the same performance in 2020. See? 44%. Another embarrassing defeat for conservatives. This is probably the same results. Like, exactly the same. Jill Karasovsky winning, and this was a horrible poll. Like, see, it says Daniel Kelly winning by 36% and Karofsky winning by 29%. Oh, not losing by 29%. That's a horrible poll. Like, seriously. I have a hard time thinking here. 2020 Supreme Court election. You'll see. So Kelly performed the same, and won the exact same counties as did last in 2020. Just look at this map here. Almost exactly the same. Same performance. Yeah. Let me know if you see something different. But, yeah. Daniel Kelly's bad. Like, bad. Oh, yeah. He won Pepin County, which, that county went to Karofsky. He managed to flip that county. Good for you. But still, horrible job. And Kelly, then again, he's a Supreme Court justice. He doesn't know how to play the game, obviously. So of course, Democrats uniting on one issue, coming together, getting Janet into the office of Supreme Court, and then we have the lack of motivation for Kelly. I saw no support for Kelly whatsoever, and then there was the failed. Trump didn't even endorse Kelly, like we took a look at yesterday. I noticed, he didn't get endorsed by Trump, which shows that the MAGA Republicans don't really care about it. They lost. Okay, sure. Oh yeah, and never mind. He did get endorsed by Trump. No, Donald Trump Jr., but I don't see U.S. presidents or former U.S. presidents. Yeah, you failed to get endorsed. Janet got endorsed by Hillary Clinton. That really helped her. Janet got endorsed by the Senator Baldwin. Janet got endorsed by a lot of organizations. Which really pushed her across the finish line. And that's why she ended up winning like this. So in the end, reasons, why Republicans didn't get out and vote. Because they didn't. Conservative Republicans, MAGA Republicans, even hardcore Republicans in general, they didn't feel the urge to go out and vote. If they did, this election would have been way more closer, or at least, but I still think Janet would still win by like 4 points, because Kelly is such a weak candidate. He does not know how to attract people. He does not know how to get people out and voting. He just lets kind of people go with their emotions. And that's kind of the reason here why he lost. So a lot of Republicans are, especially on Red Eagle politics, they're like, Republicans, Trump's not going to win Wisconsin. Wisconsin's done. And I'm like, not necessarily, no. Wisconsin's not done. Wisconsin, if you were unaware, like we took a look at, they voted the same way in 2020. It's only one guy to blame. That was Kelly. Okay, Mr. Kelly, I'm sorry, but you ran a horrible campaign. You didn't get out and vote. You didn't get the people out and vote. This is kind of on you. The same performance as of 2020. Kelly. Yeah, he managed to flip this county. Not Pepin. He won Pepin County. This one right here. So yeah, he performed the same performance in almost the same in 2020. Yeah, and further note, I knew this was coming, okay? I will admit, yes, I did predict a Kelly victory. That was because I was following my instinct. A lot of Republicans are saying, hey, Republicans are going to come together after the Trump arrest, and they're going to win elections after elections. Well, that necessarily didn't really happen. Can that still happen? Yeah, absolutely. Because, first off, this wasn't an issue that Republicans were concerned about. The Supreme Court. One state. Who cares? They had that. They had the election denial and the election fraud in Wisconsin, trying to get Republicans, trying to get conservative Supreme Court justices that like Donald Trump, that would recognize the election fraud. That wasn't really important to them. They were probably looking at okay, 2020 is over. Let's move to 2024. A lot of them kind of moved on. You'll see that some went out and voted for that, but not all of them. Not enough. So, we have this and that. So is it over for the Republican Party? No. No. Because first off, there are multiple reasons why it's not. This is number one. This is just a small election. This is just an election that has got barely any media attention. The big elections are going to be in Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi. Republicans are more concerned about flipping Kentucky more than one little seat in Wisconsin. Okay? That's what they should be concerned about. So we got this results. We got the results today. Bummer for Republicans. Big day for Democrats. Boy, Tuesday, I bet they were jumping up and down, but especially the anti-Trumpers. But and also just think, if like their anxiety over abortion in the state of Wisconsin, their anxiety over abortion is going to halt. It's going to rest because they got their guy. I mean, they got their gal, Janet, in office, who is committed to protect abortion rights, quote quote. So they're going to kind of cool it down, and they're going to probably hopefully for the Republicans, they're going to turn their attention more to the conservative side. That's what that's what the conservatives are hoping for. That's what could happen. The anxiety over abortion in Wisconsin could end because they got their gal. It's pretty much over. Wisconsin's probably most likely is going to protect abortion access. Therefore, everyone will kind of just drop it. But ultimately, it all depends on the candidate. All right, it all depends on the candidate. Is the candidate going to fight to win? All right, is like Daniel Kelly. Are you going to fight? Are you going to work hard? Do you want to keep your job? Then you're gonna have to play the game. You don't be boring. Go out and play the game. You also have to make your name known. Like, sorry, Janet, you did a horrible job with that. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. And it's not Janet's fault. Her name's totally unpronounceable. Everyone's calling her Janet. Janet, I'm going for Janet. Blah blah. Janet. Okay, we call her by her first name. Understandable. So, I would say the Democrats in general blundered this one and still managed to win. Don't elect candidates that have a trendy name, because a name that sticks. All right, like the best Republican with that name would be Spiro Agnew. That really attracted the people of Maryland, and that really brought them out to the polls to vote for him. Okay, that also helps. Electing someone like, I don't know, like Jim, like I don't know, Timothy Johnson, and there's a lot of different Timothy Johnsons everywhere, right? Oh, over there, the Timothy Johnson. You look him up on the internet, and all you see is many other Timothy Johnsons on Wikipedia. Which Timothy Johnson do you want to talk about? Blah 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 blah. Which one? You gotta choose. Like, I think the Republicans, like Scott Jensen would be an example, for instance. Like, that's too much of a common name. Like, there's gonna be plenty of Scott Jensens all over the internet. But Spiro Agnew, that's one man, one name. Very little people are named Spiro Agnew, so that's not a common name. So that's a tactic, is part of which is the name, that they kind of have to get out. It's the name, it's the choosing the person that knows how to play the game. You gotta find an issue that you really, really, really want to fix. whether it be abortion, guns, immigration, you name it. Find an issue, rally behind one issue, and you have to show determination and commission and your determination to fix this issue. Show your overall effort to solve and take care of the issue. So, I would say this election was probably dragged, maybe because of Trump, or this would definitely not be because of election denial. When this was April 7th. I would say this is more COVID fear tactic brought up. Because in 2019, you'll see conservatives did pretty well. Conservatives won in the won the Supreme Court by Brian Hagedorn by 50%. Brian Hagedorn knows how to play the game. Kelly, no. He can't even get up to 45%. He never did in his political career. So that is a reason. So, and I knew that Kelly was going to be a poor candidate. He wasn't going to do as best as his fellow Supreme Court justices. So this was going to be complicated in this issue. Anyway, tomorrow we're going to be taking a look at the Chicago election. Johnson is now the new mayor of Chicago. Will be taking office in May. And anyway, we'll be overlooking that. Anyway, thank you all for watching this video. I'll see you all in the next political episode.